This is the Friends of Mobbsbury Woods. This group was formed initially because a local resident, Dave Thompson, came along and stood up at an area committee meeting and complained that this wood was being neglected, and he wanted something done about it. So me and Dave got our heads together, and from there the Friends of Mobbsbury Wood were formed. Lots of these other residents come along after we had an open day in the woods. Other agencies were involved, such as groundwork. At the beginning I was really involved with the group, helped them plan for the open day. I'd come along and help with some of the work in here, but now the group have taken it over themselves, which is a great thing. That's my aim, the work that I do with them. The group also meet regularly. They have committee meetings to plan what they're going to do in the wood and just have a get together really and catch up about the work that they've been doing. Very little funding is needed for this group. They have had funding in the past, a couple of £100 here and there just to get some equipment. Once they've got the equipment, basically they just run with what they've got. They've done some amazing work in here. They've put a path in, they cut back all the overgrowth and really make a difference. And it's not just for them, they're doing it for everyone in this community.
Julie started up this whole thing. She wanted to bring it together. And it was sort of advertised, and we went along to the meeting. Quite a lot of people went along to the meeting because they were worried the wood was going to get built on. But once they realised the wood wasn't going to get built on, they weren't that interested anymore. So we've more or less stayed with our 8 people. We've encouraged other people to come along. Sometimes they do, but it's mostly us that we come over all the time because we enjoy it. It's something that we enjoy doing. My involvement with the group is my house is actually at the side of the wood. So when the council wanted to set up a group, I was very keen, so I went to the meeting and couldn't wait. It was brilliant. And we've been working here ever since. We don't tidy it because it's a wildlife wood, but we reinstated paths, put in wildflowers and bulbs. We also took advice again from the council, who have been very good to us, and the best things to grow in Hertfordshire, because there's certain things that grow better in Hertfordshire than other places, so that we took their advice as well. Well, taking pride in this is it's not just the children, we've got a lot of dog walkers, and we've got more poo bins now, which is great. So they use them much more, and we don't get a lot of mess. We get a little bit, but very little to what we used to have. And again, it's because I think the community know that people look after it, and it's for their benefit as well. Richard Arnold from Stevenage Council helps us a great deal because he helps us prune the trees. If we have any trees that fall down, we just ring him and say a tree's fallen down, etc., etc. He brings all the wood chippings for the paths for people to walk on, so he's a great help to us. And the council are excellent because if we ever have anything dumped that we can't move, one of our group, Danny, will phone up the council and they come and remove it. I think the benefits are, because I'm relatively new to Stevenage, you meet other people. I've met a lot of councillors, a lot of people that work for the Borough Council, and they're brilliant. And it's just great to get out. We come over here every second Sunday in the month. We have meetings in our houses every quarter. We take it in turns, and that's like a social event, you know, that's really nice. And it's just a nice community thing.
I'm secretary for the group. I take the minutes of our quarterly meetings, issue those. We all get our actions to do, and we all have to report back, except that the actions are being carried out. We meet the second Thursday of every month in here, and anyone is welcome, 10 till 12. We would love new members to join us, just so that we can get more work done really, because it's only a very small team. The history of this area is that it used to be a private residence with a huge estate around it. The remains of the house are still here today, and it's now turned into a woodland. So it's not a natural woodland because we do have formal gardens as well. There used to be an orchard, a rose garden, and today we have formal borders with flowers and shrubs in that you wouldn't normally associate with a woodland area. We have evidence of the drive where the carriages used to come up to the main house. The house was destroyed many years ago, and another house was put on its place which was burnt down. So unfortunately there are only the grounds to look at today. The community team helped us with adverts in the paper to gain information which everybody sent to me. We went to the museum as well and they helped us, and we have photographic evidence of the houses that were built on this area, and also the old lanes etc. that run through the area, and we were able to gather all that evidence through the newspaper, through the advert. When we work in here we can transport ourselves back many years. It's so peaceful, so quiet, and you can imagine what it used to be like with the coaches coming through. We even had old lanes where there is evidence of Dick Turpin and all his crowd coming through on their horses, so it's proud for us to work here. We've had apple experts come in and they recommend that the orchard is over 200 years old. The orchard over the years has been neglected and not looked after at all, so the experts were able to help us that we needed to clear the area of all the brambles, which were 6 foot high, right strangling the trees. We cleared them all, and then we had to have the trees severely chopped to encourage the root growth, because they were growing too high and not enough goodness was getting to the roots and all the trees were unstable. The community development team have helped us from the very beginning of the project. Our contact Julie has got in contact with all the schools, all the scouts, Girl Guides etc. in the area to get them involved and bring them over here to let them know the woods is here and what it's all about. I know the local schools come over for nature walks and also have their readings over here in the summer in the cool under the trees.
I joined this group because I do not have a garden at home, and I saw this group every second Sunday of the month, so I decided to join. So this is sort of like my garden. I feel like when I'm in this garden and I'm working on it, I feel like I'm making a difference to this part of Stevenage. I have won a Pride of Stevenage award, I think about maybe a year ago. I got this award because I was working here very hard and I enjoyed it, and I came here every second Sunday looking forward to it. When I'm older, I'd like to either be a marine biologist, so I get to work with animals and habitats, so I think that's probably what I'd like to be. So I want to work hard at school as well as work hard here. Most people assume that this wood is sort of, I'll run around, play football, whereas it's more of a nature reserve, so you can just sit down on the benches and enjoy all the birds and the squirrels running around. There are schools that come and use this wood, but ours doesn't at the moment, and I'd love if we could to enjoy the nature, and maybe some of our students, if they wanted to come and help during that day. I enjoy this working in this place, and I enjoy working with all these people. I get along with them, and I hope that I will be here for many years, and I plan on staying and working and helping here. But what I would really like to make this place better is if people around my age would come and help us and join us, because it is good fun and it helps everyone.
Hi there, I'm Barry. I'm chairman of the Friends of Mobbsbury Wood, and I, together with my colleagues who are over there, do our best to keep this wood as nice as it can be. There are few areas in Stevenage that are as green as this, and certainly in an area surrounded by houses. We just feel it's a little bit of a haven. It did get overgrown. It was used as a garden and built on during the 19th and 20th centuries. But since the last big house burnt down in 1974, the place has gone to a little bit of rack and ruin, and we've done our best to reinstate the paths, keep the paths tidy, keep the open spaces for the children to play in, and to try and encourage some wildlife to inhabit the area. Yeah, we put up bird boxes, bat boxes. We've tried to protect what wildlife there is. That's i.e. there's badgers around, and muntjacs and squirrels and the usual woodland animals. We do a couple of hours every month as a group. A lot of that is trimming, laying out the paths, chippings on the paths. We have left one large area which the council actually mow. We do the rest of the areas. This park had a bit of a reputation once upon a time with late night activities of children and things, because it was a little bit run down. It was a little bit away. So what we tried to do is leave that area flat, as a field, and encourage the kids to play on it and come over on it. The Friends of Mobbsbury Wood is a group of private individuals, and we like this place. We'd like to keep it as nice as it is, but we couldn't have done it without the council and the community development team. They've given us tools, advice, plants. They're always there as support. They're always there answering questions or ideas or anything. We have a very close relationship with certain members of these teams. We have a meeting every couple of months to which they are invited and turn up.
This group has some amazing benefits. I mean, apart from the socialising with other members in the community, and apart from the fact that the good work that's being done within the wood, if you just look at our youngest member who hasn't got a garden at home, you know, this gives him a real opportunity to get out, get involved with his community, and really make a difference. The group get on with it themselves. They know where we are. I will still do small jobs for them. If they need me to get them funding, I will get them funding, help to get them funding, work with them on that, and also small tasks such as perhaps they need some ideas for going into schools and some help with the contact for getting into schools. Community development is really about that, helping to support them get established and then being there when we're needed. There's certainly a need, I think, in other areas for this type of work to take place. It's just a great opportunity to bring the community together, as well as contribute to, you know, helping keep their community clean and tidy, and just an inspiration really to others. If other people want to get involved in this type of group, or within this group in particular, they just need to come over here on the second Sunday of the month and come and talk to one of these guys from the group, because they'll be made to feel very welcome, and it'd be great to have them on board.